Welcome to the Focus University course on attendance for K-12 administrators. This is Lesson 9, Generating Sub-Rosters. Administrators or attendance office staff can print sub-rosters for absent teachers so that substitutes can take attendance for the sections they are covering. The administrator or attendance office staff can then use the teacher completion report or the Take Attendance teacher program to enter the sub's attendance for the teacher. For more information on using the Teacher Completion Report, please view Lesson 7. And for information on using the Take Attendance Teacher Program, please view Lesson 8. So to generate the sub-rosters, we will go to the Attendance menu and select Verification Subsheet Sub-Rosters. As you can tell, the same screen will be used to create attendance verification sheets used for teachers to verify the accuracy of their attendance. For more information on creating verification sheets, please view Lesson 10 in this course. To create the sub-roster, from the Teacher drop-down, you can select one or more teachers. Please note, if selecting multiple teachers, the periods and days absent will be the same for all teachers selected. So you can scroll through and individually check a teacher, or you can use the filter field to enter the name of the teacher you're searching for. Once you've located that teacher, check the box, and when their name appears in the pull down at the top, you can click out of it. Next, you will select the period or periods that the teacher will be absent. For elementary schools, this would only be necessary to select the period in which attendance is taken. So you can check all visible if all periods are used, or if you have a combo school, such as this K-8 school, and the teacher selected is a middle school teacher, I would deselect the periods that are not used by the middle school. The next thing to note is that the date fields populate from the first day of the month to the current date of the month. You will need to click into the box of the first date to enter the first day of the teacher's absence. If they will be absent for one day, then the second box would have the same date as the first box. Otherwise, if the teacher will be absent multiple days, then you can select that last day of the teacher's absence. The mode will default to one page per class. This will not allow the substitute to enter attendance for students. So you will need to select one page per day per class so that there are empty columns for absent, present, and tardy. In the extras, you have the option to enter a page break between each section. This will allow all students from one class to print on one page. You will note that Print Teacher Section signature lines is checked by default. This will allow the substitute to sign the substitute roster. Hide empty classes would allow you to avoid printing unscheduled periods. And if you're not sure which is the teacher's planning period or off period, checking this box, the system will automatically leave off that period. The Use FTE period is for Texas districts. I am demonstrating from a Florida district demo site, so I will not select that box. The option to show classes that don't take attendance will be very helpful for elementary schools if the absent teacher is departmentalized, and this way the substitute would know who the students are that come into their classroom. A new feature is the option to not display student IDs. And when creating a sub-roster, substitutes may not need to know the student ID numbers, so you can check that box to not display student IDs. You then have the option to preview what your selections would look like. And here you can check to make sure you have selected the correct teacher. You can click Return to Focus and then select the Print button. You will note the screen will display slightly different, and this is what the sub would receive. You would have a page for each day that the teacher will be absent if multiple days were selected. So note here's period 1 for the first day of absence, and here's period 1 for the second day of absence. There are columns for the substitute to enter a student as absent, present, or tardy, and they have the ability to sign off and date that sub-roster. You will then be able to print your sub-rosters or download them to your computer for later printing. Once you are finished, you would then click Return to Focus, and you will have completed the sub-roster process. This concludes Lesson 9 on creating and printing sub-rosters.